Welcome back, Mr. Goodberry. The First Star Logistics studio is fully equipped and ready to record.
The Bengals' 4-game winning streak has been snapped by the Houston Texans at Paycor Stadium, losing at the gun to a field goal, 30-27, in a very weird, very roller coaster type game where the Bengals got out in front. They usually win these games. That's been the story lately, right? The Bengals win when they get out in front. Texans storm right back. It goes Texans' way for about the next 2 quarters. Then the Bengals find a way to claw themselves back into it. Probably should have pulled that out, and they do not. And now they're in a bit of a hole, losing another AFC game to a team that, to be honest with you, looks pretty good. And the Texans, like, they should be close to a wild card spot, if not competing for a division and a playoff spot at the end of the year, which makes tiebreakers tough. And that's why the Bengals are in a hole. This is Bengals on the Brain. I am Joe Goodberry. The show is brought to you by First Star Logistics. If you're looking for your laptop that they were giving out, Zach Gentry won that one. Shout out to Zach. The next giveaway is up, and this one's going to close Thursday night. The Bengals are on Thursday Night Football this week, obviously, versus the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. We will get to that game. I'll talk about that at the end. The giveaway this week, custom popcorn machine, a whole popcorn machine and gumball machine. I mean, that would be cool. My kids would love to make popcorn at home like that. And the First Star's got one in the office in there. And I mean, they're making popcorn. They got ice cream machines. They got all this stuff. So these are things that they have, and they're pretty cool. I've seen them in person. So whoever wins that one's going to be a fun one. But we've got film review defense today. To me, the defense was the bigger issue in this game. And I recognize that the Bengals, for the second quarter, didn't put up any points at all. They put up 10 in the third, 10 in the fourth, and they got it back on track in the second half, largely due to Joe Burrow creating some magic and Jamar Chase doing Jamar Chase things. And Tyler Boyd had a couple of plays. Other than the 2 drops he did have a good game. Could have been a monster game for him. So the offense found their footing after having, the first drive, and then just they went to sleep for about 4 drives after that, while the defense created turnovers too at that point. But the defense, to me, leaving guys open, not tackling well, giving Noah Brown and Devin Singletary all the room in the world to do whatever they want, left me with more questions. Because typically, you can rely on Lou Anarumo to scheme up a good defense against a rookie quarterback, against a first-year coordinator. Yeah, I expected more. I assume everyone else did as well. So I had more questions on the defense and wanted to get to that tape as quickly as possible. And that's where we're going to jump in right away. I've got about 18 minutes worth of footage, which means we're probably going to go 25, 28 minutes just breaking it down and just reviewing that. So let's not waste any more time and jump into the film. All right, we've got the Bengals right away. And the thing I want to show, and this probably should have been the warning sign for the rest of the game, Mike Hilton blitzing. And anytime you blitz, like, the other side guys are a lot of them are going to back off, right? Especially on this side of the plays where I want you to focus on taylor-britt. Whenever you blitz from one end, you don't. Sometimes you'll see quarterbacks throw right into the blitz because you'll have a guy hot on that side, or you'll have everyone back off on the other side of the defense, and you can easily hit somebody on the out route here towards the sideline, and that's where right away you can see CJ Stroud goes with the ball. So again, watch Mike Hilton at the top. And I think teams are really keen and aware of Mike Hilton and his ability to blitz, because we'll see throughout this tape the adjustments towards Mike Hilton. I want you to watch Cam sample on this play. Cam, if you've watched the show before, you have seen Sam Hubbard do this a million times, right? Sam will jump inside at the snap, and Jermaine Pratt will go outside, and it'll force this running back here to hesitate and then kick outside, which gives Pratt enough time to come around and make the tackle for a very minimal gain, if not a tackle for a loss. So watch Cam Sample at the end spot with Sam Hubbard. He and Pratt are just communicating right there. He's going to leap inside. Pratt's got to come down and make that tackle. I do think Hubbard gets a little bit more penetration on those and allows a little bit more space, a little bit more time, I should say, for Pratt to come down and make that tackle. But not on that play, Sample wasn't able to. The Bengals are very comfortable with Mike Hilton going into the box, playing safety, playing linebacker, being a box defender. And I get it because he's really good there. But there are negatives to that. And one of them being he is small. And so when you get a situation like this and the run's coming your way and he's got to be that third linebacker now, he's got to go one-on-one with an offensive lineman. This guy has 100 pounds on him at least, if not 150 pounds on Mike Hilton. So I wouldn't ask Mike Hilton to take that guy one-on-one over and over and over again. You want to be finesse and dip inside on him? Fine. But if this guy clears you out like this, it could leave a massive hole where Mike Hilton was. And if it wasn't for DJ Reader here making that play and beating his guy, it can be an issue. So keeping the topic on Mike Hilton, the guy I have circled right here, is Mike Hilton playing the deep free safety spot? You may ask yourself, why? How often do they do this? Well, he's done this 20 times this year, according to PFF. He's been at the safety. And in fact, if you try and sort by Bengals corners, Mike Hilton doesn't come up. He's listed as a safety for PFF because of how much in the box stuff he does, run defending, blitzing things that a safety would do. And then the random, 4 or 5 plays that he'll give you as a deep free safety when they do it. So Bengals are showing blitz here. Get everyone walked up. 1, 2, 3 extra guys to go with the 4 down linemen they have. You've got 7, and you've got potentially only 6 blockers. This ball has to come out quick for CJ Stroud. So let's see how it goes. Stroud pumps and then forces it over the middle, almost picked off by Logan Wilson, who's where we're going to focus our eyes and our attention on. And I know other people have highlighted this play if you watch other shows, but the way Logan Wilson's going to show the blitz and then back out into this passing lane is why he's special, why he's really good, why he gets his hands on a lot of passes. And Stroud's actually going to look left first, and maybe I can go back in a second after we see this. Right there, he was going to hit that. He was going to hit that out route. But watch Cam Taylor-Britt, and you see him celebrating. Watch Cam Taylor-Britt up here and off coverage. He's going to click, go for it. He's going to go and try and undercut that and go for a pick 6. So good coverage by Cam Taylor-Britt, forcing CJ Stroud to pull it down. Good job, Logan Wilson, disguising your blitz and dropping back into coverage, falling into the passing lane intended for Dalton Schultz. Yep. Great job. And the Bengals force a 3 and out. It's 7-0. We're feeling good right now. And we're back now. Texans have the ball. It's still 7-zip. Bengals are showing blitz. They bring a guy off the edge. It's really only 4 guys. And we've got a completion over the middle. Let's go back. You may be saying to yourself, who is that at free safety? That is Mike Hilton again, if you're wondering. You wonder where Mike Hilton is sometimes. And the Bengals are going to blitz Dax Hill. And they're going to rush only 3 defensive linemen. So 4 guys. It's not technically a blitz because you're bringing 4, but you are bringing a 4th guy from a different position. Some websites, some analysts may call that a blitz. I just think whenever you're bringing 4 to me, But what I want to show here is Logan Wilson. So we just highlighted him making a nice read and a nice play. And Wilson's up again, showing like he's going to blitz. And he's going to have to back out and play coverage. And we've talked about this before because we talked a lot about the cover 2 and opening up, especially this middle of the field defender is going to open up towards the side with more receivers. You got 1, 2, 3. I would think he would open up and face these guys. But Logan Wilson is actually going to open up and face this way where there's only 2 options. And I find that interesting. Maybe it's part of the play call, but that's definitely where CJ Stroud. So keep an eye on Wilson. He opens up towards that. Stroud is reading Logan. He sees Logan Wilson open up that way, and he goes, I'm just going to throw it off his back. He can't turn and make a play on this. So there's Wilson opening up, turning, going the wrong way. You do wonder what happens there, why that happens. Wilson right here in the middle. Let's watch him turn, go that way right away. Well, Stroud's like, okay, I'll throw it right behind you. Wilson never sees the ball. So could have been a mistake there. If you're wondering why Mike Hilton's at the safety spot, look at him directing Nick Scott before the play, telling him where he's got to go, who he's got to cover. So maybe he was wrong, and that's why Wilson opens up that way, right? Maybe Mike Hilton's not correct. Maybe Scott should have went that way, and Wilson as the next guy. Either way, next play. This is not the same play, although it looks the same because Scott's coming up into the box again. We're going to watch Scott. We're going to watch Jermaine Pratt, and Cam Taylor-Britt's going to come fill this gap between Scott and Trey Hendrickson. But you see, if I can pause it right there, why is Scott also going that way? So I thought Scott here is too passive, doesn't take the fight to Robert Woods, doesn't make contact early enough, doesn't force any type of decision with the running back. Instead, he allows the running back to manipulate him and dance a bit and get him out of position. So now we have two guys here. Now we end up with two guys in this gap. If the gap's between these two right here, we end up with two guys here and no one off the backside of this. Jermaine Pratt's now trying to scrape over, but he's getting blocked by this offensive lineman. This is a very, very good run by Devin Singletary, being manipulative, being elusive, getting upfield and attacking and moving guys. You even see, actually, let me go back here. Watch Cam Taylor-Britt's reaction at the end of this. Watch Cam Taylor-Britt out here. As soon as the play's over, he's going to turn and go, dude, what are you doing? Why are you out there doing that? Eyes on Myles Murphy. That's nice. That's nice, beating a guy back inside. And then what? I don't think you're actually blocking the back in the pocket. I don't think that's the thing. But come on, you can't go inside of Tufeles there. Are you expecting a swap? Are you expecting a tackle and stunt? Like, what's going on here? That may have worked. Actually, I think that's the way to get Myles Murphy free. If he gets a sack this week against the Ravens, I bet it'll be on a tackle and stunt. Work on that all week if you guys have to. We're back on Nick Scott. Actually, we're going to ride into the Nick Scott train a little bit this week and in the review. So Stroud again, who's our middle of the field defender this time? It's Nick Scott dropping into that middle, that intermediate middle range. And he is completely flipped towards the inside of the field. Completely flipped. I mean, we can see his front of his groin here. You're completely facing this way. There's no way you can flip backside and cover. So Stroud throws off his back. You want to be flipped that hard? Fine. Here's an easy seam route. We'll take that all day. Myles Murphy. Set the edge here, can you? He cannot. So now Logan Wilson, expecting the DN to set the edge, hesitates and can't get out there. And we have Dalton Schultz on Mike Hilton on the edge, and Hilton can't handle it as well. Why'd the Bengals give up so many big runs? They couldn't set the edge at all, number one. Number two, they tackled poorly. And number three, when you got guys like Nick Scott just being a wild card out there, it makes it very, very tough. So now you've given up some big runs, and now Houston is going to start with the play action. As you see right here, we've got a play action run going that way, while Robert Woods is going to come across the field this way. You already see Logan Wilson sees that Robert Woods is coming, right? So he's on it. Let's see how it plays out. As Stroud gets all the way in the pocket. I mean, we're talking about a pocket. Where is the pocket? Where's the pass rushers? Is there anyone going to touch him? So what you have here, I'm going to clear that real quick because while we're looking at the pocket, it's not the most important thing here. What you ended up with is a single high safety here. That's Dax Hill. And this is Cam Taylor-Britt. And Cam Taylor-Britt is pointing right now. And he's saying to Dax, hey, we've got this crossing route here. I'm not supposed to chase that guy. You've got to get on him. It's a transition. This is tough. The Texans have seen this on film, and they know for the Bengals, hey, they're going to make Dax go and chase this guy. They're not going to play man coverage here. It's a zone coverage. And it's because of the bit of a transition. If this is a fast receiver, you can never really catch up to it. You've got to this has to be Jesse Bates back there with range and experience and intelligence. And Dax just isn't there yet. So We'll play it back for a second here. Let's see the whole thing in motion to see. You watch up here. Watch how he transitions. He's going to point to him. Hey, you got him. All right. Well, he's got to flip his hips and take off. I mean, it's just hard to do that. That is a hard ask for Dax Hill, who's still a young player. And there's clearly some communication issues still going on with this back half of this defense. So here's the play action from this side. Again, I kind of hate how Cam Sample takes this. Cam Sample being right here, number 96 on the left side, replacing Sam Hubbard. Watch how all right, I see no one's blocking me. Now he's going to instantly say, okay, I'm going to go and try and set the edge here, not let CJ Stroud get out of the pocket. But in my opinion, just run. Just go try and get him. Because, if he knew the entire defense, he knows Logan Wilson's flowing this way to try and cover Robert Woods here. And you're going to have an outside guy, hopefully. And Logan Wilson, even there, right. So you would know Logan Wilson's going to stop because he sees Dalton Schultz isn't going out. And I believe that's Jordan Battle has Robert Woods. So you would have a guy on the outside. Sample, you should have attacked the quarterback. Put some pressure on him and make this a more difficult throw rather than a wide open, easy bomb down the field, all the way across the field. So backups playing, inexperience having an effect on the Bengals defense here early. I believe this is a third down completion to Dalton Schultz. And this is a tough one for me because we've got Mike Hilton again at safety here because Dax Hill is up in the box. So they will interchangeably use Hilton and Dax Hill because they really like Dax covering tight ends. And here's Dalton Schultz here. And what you're going to see is what this is going to turn into. Hilton's going to take the robber, and I believe this is Battle is going to be the deep free safety. So it's a middle of the field closed defense. Middle of the field is closed. For the Texans, that means you want to ideally throw to the outside the numbers, if you can, if you have routes out there. So for me, we're going to focus on Dax versus Dalton Schultz here. And the thing I don't get here is why, when Dalton Schultz gives a little fake inside, why Dax cares at all. Dax, you have help inside. You have Mike Hilton inside. There's no reason for you to dip in there, and then Schultz is going to go outside. The area where you're weak, the area where you are exposed. Let's watch that. Watch how Schultz fakes just slightly. I mean, it's not even a big fake. I think Schultz had a great game, by the way, and the Texans got him for cheap. Makes me mad. I wanted Singletary. I wanted Schultz if you were following in the offseason. Left side here, Hill versus Schultz. I want you to see this at the top of the route. So he's going to get here, and this is where he's going to stem it. He's staying very vertical. It's a really good route. Staring very vertical, eyes looking inside. And you see Mike Hilton's coming down right here. You've got inside help, Dax. There is no reason to chase this at all inside. And he just beats him. Beats him clear. That's clear separation for an athletic guy. And I don't believe we're going to highlight many of the plays because we did last week of Dax versus Dalton Kincaid. This time it's Dalton Schultz. There are plays where Dax locks up Dalton Schultz. He has a nice third down pass breakup in Dalton Schultz to end the half. But this is mostly the bad plays today because they had so many of them. So we're frustrated with the safety play. Dax Hill, Nick Scott, especially Nick Scott. Enter Jordan Battle. Jordan, we need you to make a play. He had 3 tackles on 11 snaps. Watch him split this double team here. Whew, get in there. Make this running back go out wide. Get him near help there, DJ Turner. Good job, Turner, coming up and making a tackle. If we can talk about it, because we're going to see these plays continue. The corners are not tackling well at all. The outside corners, the boundary corners are not playing the run good enough at all. So here's the fumble. We've talked about the slot fade being an issue for the Bengals D. We're going to get a slot fade here. We're going to get inside and then slot fade. And they're going to cover it. So keep your eyes on that one. Bang, bang. DJ Turner, all on him. Pressing him. Pass rush win. Little stunt between the linebacker and Trey Hendrickson. Because the Bengals know it's really Hendrickson and Hendrickson only in this pass rush department, especially when you got as many backups out there as you do with Zach Carter, Miles Murphy. you're going to need to help free up Hendrickson a little bit. He only lines up at one spot. If you're going to rush him one spot against Laramie Tunzel, you're asking for a little bit of trouble. So watch this snot on the left side. Logan's going to go and break free between them. You don't run that often. It's a good job. I wasn't sure that was even a fumble, but we will take it. Moving on. Still a very close game here. We're going back to the rolling pocket. Let's see if the Bengals handle it better this time. And we've got a wide open Noah Jerry Rice Brown. Number 85. Always open. Of course he is. Let us go back, shall we? Bengals look to be in a cover 3 situation again, just like before. We've got crossing route coming this way, and I believe he's going this way. And Brown's going to end up sitting in this area right here, and Stroud is going to find him. He's going to break off his route, I believe. Because right there, he's covered. If you're watching Noah Brown still, if you were, Noah Brown is still covered. Hendrickson bearing down. Somebody's got to make a play. Nobody's open. How does Noah Brown get open from here if nobody's open and Hendrickson is bearing down on the quarterbacks? Keep an eye on the receiver over here. He just stops. He just stops and finds the open area, and Cam Taylor-Britt can't stay with him. He's looking like, what happened? Dude, I don't know what happened. You let him go. You stop running with him. Which we'll see a few plays here where the effort for Cam Taylor-Britt. And this is a guy who's making plays. I mean, he's getting interceptions 4 out of 5 games. He's making plays. They're not. That Cardinals game, he swung that one. He handled DK Metcalf. He's done a lot of good things. This game was a weird one for him. And Stroud's looking backside, too. I mean, how do you let him go there? Stroud looks all the way the other way. Not there. Where are you going, Cam? Is that not man coverage? So they didn't like the zone, so they switched to man because they didn't want to transition between the corner and the safety. And your guy doesn't stay with him. So Bengals get a tackle for a loss here. Watch DJ Turner. This is a trap block. You let him go, and the guard comes over, and you never see him, and you just crush him. But the Bengals have a good blitz here. Good run blitz with Pratt on the edge and Mike Hilton coming off the other side. So now it's 2nd and 12. And the Bengals are showing man coverage. Mike Hilton's running with the slot receiver, Robert Woods. Bengals showing too deep coverage, too high. All right, so we got man too deep. Nope, we're going to transition to a cover 3 defense. It's a zone. Great call by Lou Anarumo. It gets CJ Stroud to hesitate, try and run out of the pocket. He doesn't get the look he thought he was getting pre-snap. This is when Anarumo does his thing. This is him pulling the right card at the right time and getting the quarterback to be a bit confused. Meanwhile, you have a tackle and stunt between BJ Hill and Trey Hendrickson. That works again. They probably should have used this much more often. You get pressure. You almost get an interception for Jermaine Pratt. Great call. 3rd and 12 now. Bengals showing blitz with Logan Wilson and Jermaine Pratt. But it's not really them coming. It's Dax Hill and Mike Hilton from that side. And nobody gets home. Stroud climbs the pocket, and Noah Brown is open again. My God, how is Noah Brown open again? Bengals are in cover 3, I believe, once again. So you've got this zone. He's got this zone. You've got this zone. And Noah Brown is this fella right here, just going to run and turn around in between this zone and this zone. It's so stupid because it's so simple. When the pass rush, when the blitz doesn't get there, here's what I need out of these guys. Here's what I need from the Bengals corners right now. And we've got one receiver here. Your eyes are in the backfield. Your eyes are on that receiver. There's no one else leaking out. There's no other option to throw the ball on this side. There is no one to pull Cam Taylor-Britt away. Yet Cam Taylor-Britt doesn't go with the receiver. Fine. I mean, because you've got Dalton Schultz now. You've got Dalton Schultz leaking out. That's not a concern for Cam Taylor-Britt. He doesn't have to come down on that, especially when you got a guy over here. Logan Wilson can come down on it. So if this is Cam's area, And this is Jordan Battle's area. Noah Brown is going to sit right here, right between them. But man, I feel like there's not another combo route here that these guys have to be so strict in their responsibilities that somebody can't come off of it and make a play. Why are you so far to the sideline, Cam, taylor-britt? You covering the chain gang? And watch, the whole line here. Slide left, slide left. They're all saying slide left. It's not actually a blitz. These guys aren't blitzing. They can see it. I can kind of see it too. Where's the weight? The weight's on their front foot, meaning they're going to push this way. They're going to push back into coverage. Their back foot's lifted. The heel is lifted. They're not rushing this way. They're not pushing off that back foot. If they are, they're going to get a terrible push off it. That weight is this way. That back leg's bent. Of course they're going. So the Texans slide that way. They pick it up very easily. Stroud can step up, wait for Noah Brown to get open, and hit the play. But the Bengals did win a couple of pass rushes. DJ Reader did. Trey Hendrickson did. Watch Reader go through this left guard into CJ Stroud. Of course, we got a missed tackle, and the play still gets completed because that's how the defense went today. Moving on. Nick Scott in the backfield, sending on a run blitz here. And he's lost. His awareness is completely lost. Here he comes from left to right. Now let's watch as he's going to run blitz here, okay? Because of the action of the tight end coming all the way across to block, he's assuming that the running back is going to follow and go with him. But Devin Singletary's got great vision on this and says, if you're going to cut in, I'm going to cut away from you. Let's see it in full speed. If you're going to be so aggressive, a heat-seeking missile that can't change direction, whoop, I'll change direction on you. That's a great run. Again, Devin Singletary was legitimately good this week for a team that struggled to run the ball all year. Damon Pierce hasn't been the same guy he was as a rookie. Whew, what a play. What a run. But come on, Nick Scott. I need you. Bengals get a decent push at the point of attack there. Still can't stop him. Watch Nick Scott again. Dalton Schultz just taking him into the turf, taking him for a ride. That's the kind of day it was for Nick Scott. Frustrating day. As a summary. Stroud looking. Finds a guy open. That's Mike Hilton. All right, going back to this play. Oh, we've got the backups all out there, guys. We got Zach Carter, Jay Tufele, Miles Murphy, Joseph Osai. Can somebody make a play? You guys are going to need to play. It's a run action. Slows everyone down. Stroud looks right. Goes back left, fading away into it. Lays it over Mike Hilton. Stroud was on fire. Stroud was on absolute fire. Watch this play. Look how many he's going through. And he probably could. I think right here, you've got Devin Singletary wide open over the middle. And I think he's looking at him, right? It looks like that's where his eyes are. But with the two guys rushing in on him, he's like, I got to get out of here. I don't have time to reset. I didn't expect Singletary to be as open as he is. I got to reset. I got to escape. I got to go up this way. And as he's scrolling right, looks back for Singletary. I can't get it to him. How about Schultz coming back? I don't think I can get to him. Cam Sample's bearing down. How about all the way left? We got a receiver. I don't know if I can turn and get it there. I can lay it to the back with Robert Woods. And you're going to have to really anticipate where this landing point's going to be. Give him about 20, maybe 15 yards ahead of him. Lays it in there. What a dot. What a throw. CJ Stroud. Why did I show that? Play didn't even count because Robert Woods stepped out of the back of the end zone. Why do I show that? Well, the Bengals lose this game, and you lost to a quarterback that played extremely well. Take some solace in that and knowing that it could have been a day like a Mike White day, who played well that day, but it's Mike White. CJ Stroud legitimately looks good. So the Texans end up with a field goal on that one. And this one, they get the ball back, and they go right to Devin Singletary. You see Singletary line up wide. And I know we all want Jordan Battle to start, but these may be the reasons why he's not. I mean, we've seen a couple plays here. I haven't exclusively highlighted battle and said, we got an issue here. But you do wonder. You got off coverage here with Singletary. You got a blitz coming this way. So the hot is going to be Singletary. He's going to run and run a slant. And you're going to have to get over the top of Taylor-Britt and be athletic and run him down and make a tackle. Let's watch battle. I mean, he can never close the gap on a guy that runs a 4.6. Singletary looked as quick as he ever has, but that's not a fast guy. So speed has been an issue in my opinion. He's going to have to be processing at a veteran level in order to make up for it. And he's not right now. I mean, that's an unfair expectation. And then the pitch play. Why can't the Bengals run this like this? Can we take some notes on how to do it? I mean, let's go back real quick. If we do want to take some notes, watch the action. Well, let's go sit through this again. Watch him battle chase with one hand reaching. But watch the action away from the run. You got this guy going this way, and Stroud's going to fake pitch and actually come out this way with him. So hopefully you get the second level linebackers to hesitate just enough, and they do. Both Wilson and Pratt don't see it happening. But let's focus on Myles Murphy. Let's see if he can set the edge here. Nope. Gets caught by a wide receiver, Noah Brown. He's not Noah Jerry Rice Brown. He's Noah Gronkowski Brown now. We've got some business decisions here. Well, not so much Mike Hilton. Mike Hilton will take on Dalton Schultz any day of the week. But Taylor-Britt, he goes for the finesse move. I don't know if he would have gotten in there or not. I don't need Cam Taylor. To be fair, don't take me wrong here. I don't need Taylor-Britt taking unnecessary hits. This guy's been banged up a little bit as it is. I'm cool with going finesse against an offensive lineman. But when it's corners against O-line and tight ends, I don't know what you want there. I mean, we can go back and actually look at the linebackers if you didn't see. Both linebackers hesitate big time. Watch the guys in the middle here. It's the same clip I just had, so that's going to highlight the wrong guys. It's going to highlight Mike Hilton. But watch these guys as the action goes to the right or left, our left. Watch them. They bite inside. They look. Logan Wilson's looking. He has no idea who's got the ball. Most of them get hit by second-level linemen. The linebackers did not play well. They've been erratic this year, completely. There's Nick Scott stuffing a run. Okay, Nick Scott, there you are. I'm kind of sarcastic there. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Nick. Bengals are in man coverage. And we got the Texans doing the same thing they've been doing. Cover one. And who is this guy out here? You guys know who it is? Quick guess. 3, 2, 1. It's Mike Hilton as the deep free safety. Because of course it is. And you got Cam is trying to get over the top to get to Robert Woods. Meanwhile, Noah Brown and Chidobe Awuzie are going here. Tank Dell's going here with DJ Turner on him. So we've got 4 corners out here. That's why Hilton's playing safety. I believe Nick Scott's off the field. Dex Hill is down here. Well, we're going to focus on Noah Jerry Rice Brown. That's what they called him in high school and college. He's going to leave Awuzie here. Little at the top of that route, he's just going to lean outside, and it's going to absolutely obliterate Awuzie. Watch him at the top of the route. Just one little lean step. Man, separation. I don't know where the safety was going either. I mean, I'm not saying this is Mike Hilton's fault at free safety, but watch him. Can we focus on the free safety? He's going that way all the way. That could have been way worse. With that much separation on the corner and there's no help over the top there. Let's watch CJ Stroud. Maybe he looked off Hilton. Let's see here. Stroud looking that way. Yep. Nope, he flips his hips. I mean, Hilton's already gone. He's already committed. That man's playing free safety. Free safeties get paid a lot. Next play here. Can we focus on Cam Taylor-Britt? Lou Anarumo's going to lose his mind if these corners don't start tackling. Can't have good run defense if your corners won't tackle. Cam. And then watch Nick Scott too. So he's the next guy coming up. misses, and then gets crushed by 71. Okay, that kind of day for Nick Scott. Bad day for Nick Scott. Oh, geez, here we are again. This is not the same play. This is another play. And yeah, Cam Taylor-Britt's got the outside. He's got to be wary of that. Cannot let the guy get outside. At the very least, force him back in to your help. But I think you're getting juked there. I'm going to be honest. Feels like you're getting juked again. We've got to play the run better. We've got to be more physical on these plays. I want you to remember this play, though. Focusing on the crosser route here. Cam Taylor-Britt. Watch how he covers it. Because it's going to be very similar later to how he undercuts the interception. So he covers. First down is what it is. Those play action over routes. It's a lot of running, a lot of chasing. They don't trust their zone coverage there, so they went to a more man. That's right. I forgot for a second why I highlighted this. This play drove me nuts during the game live. And we're going to watch CJ Stroud. He's releasing now. And I want you to look at Nick Scott. He's the deep free safety. Quarterback's releasing now. How long until Nick Scott reacts? Well, the ball's tipping off the guy's hands. Now you're planning and coming forward, and the ball lands a yard, if not a foot, from your hands. I mean, we need better reaction skills, better reaction time. There's no doubt in my mind that Jesse Bates picks this pass off and maybe goes the distance. This game is still close here. We need these type of plays. From the end zone angle, we can see Nick Scott's bright orange sneakers, cleats. I mean, come on. We need better reaction time there. He's playing a lot of deep free safety. I saw a lot of people say, Dax Hill is the free safety. They're very interchangeable. And here's the Cam Taylor-Britt play. Kind of makes up for the hesitation, some of the weak plays out of Cam Taylor-Britt to start the game. Where again, we're going to have a crossing route. And Cam's going to notice it right away. And he's going to undercut it right away. It's a great job. Great read by him, to be honest with you. You got to be willing to do this. I mean, you got to be willing to say, hey, if he beats me deep, fine. If he hits me in that intermediate, that second level, fine. I'm going to undercut this and make a play. It's a great play. It's a fantastic play by the second-year guy who continues to get his hands on the ball. Amazing. Bengals go and score there. They get a chance back. They get life back in them. I mean, I tweeted that was it. They're 5-4 after 9 games. And then this happened. And it's like, oh, if they score right away and get the ball back, they've got a chance here. They could do this. So, moving on. They got to stop the Texans now. Run defense comes alive a little bit. You got to get the ball back one more time for your offense. Third down. Texans and CJ Stroud are going to try a deep ball as the Bengals are in single high safety, inviting them to throw the deep pass. And we're going to focus on DJ Turner versus Tank Dell, the rookies. The game on the line for the rookies. And hey, if you watched last week's episode, and we had some comments, some people that were upset because I was picking on DJ Turner a little bit, and I said I'm not trying to pick on the guy. I did say that. But we need him to start breaking up some passes because he's been in coverage and not being able to get his hands on them. And it is a crucial part of playing defense. It can swing games. I said it might just be one a game, but it can swing games if you do it. Well, example, DJ Turner, we need you to break up this pass on third down and swing this game. Give your offense a chance to win the game in regulation. And DJ Turner comes through. What a job by the rookie corner. What a pass breakup. This is the upside of this guy. That's a wobbly ball, but tremendous ball skills there. A+. You give your team the chance to win the game in regulation. Bengals showing blitz here. Dax is going completely out. Watch this from Dax. This is Dax Hill right here. He's going to show blitz and then go and play deep free safety. The range here. And this is one they're holding in their back pocket. Lose holding, but he's showing it too early. Kind of stinks he's showing it so early. So CJ knows what's coming, knows where to find the open area. We've seen this play before, so let's take a look at it right here. This is a cover 3 scenario. We've been talking about the cover 3. The Bengals are a cover 3 team this year. Okay? So you can hit these seams. You can hit these seams on the inside if you're not going to go towards the numbers, right? Because middle field's closed. You can go towards the numbers on these guys. But you can also hook these guys up in these areas. And Dalton Schultz has got the hand up. He's got the moss. Give me the seam throw. It's a good call. The Bengals played what they expected. Didn't look like it pre-snap, but they rotated into what they've played about 68% of the time this year going into this game. So if you're going to bet that what coverage they were going to play, it was going to be this. Either cover 1 or cover 3. But in middle of the field, safety, middle of the field closed. And he looks right. Oh, that's not there. Seam ball. Bang. Killer throw. Killer read, killer throw. They got it. Keep it going. Stroud needs to check it down here. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I need Cam Taylor-Britt to come up and make this tackle. He doesn't try to even tackle. Is this a hit or a tackle? Answer the question. Hit or tackle? It's a hit. We don't need hits right now. We need tackles inbounds. We need the clock to continue to roll. We need a timeout there. It's poor effort. It's terrible effort. And you don't need it there in the crunch time. Now here's the final play. It's frustrating. So you got a little combo route here. Well, Dalton Schultz is going to try and rub off Nick Scott and go up, while Jerry Rice, Noah Brown is going to come underneath. Nick Scott's going to transition, try and come down and collapse on this. I would have loved if this was Dax Hill instead. I mean, Dax, why are we even back here? In my opinion, I'm trying to stop everything within 10 yards here. If they beat me over the top for a touchdown, fine. But you're going to let them go and try and hit this easy little shot to get an easy field goal. So Nick Scott and Jermaine Pratt are going to collapse. And if you hit them right at the 35, you've got a chance here to still make this a long field goal. Instead, both guys fall off. Hall of Famer Noah Brown gets it all the way up to the 20 to make this a chip shot field goal. Man, if the day couldn't get any worse for Nick Scott, here's the icing on the cake right here. And that's game. That's how you lose to a upstart Texans team. Hope you enjoyed the defensive film review. Not going to get to the offense. That stuff's going to have to be on Twitter. We're not going to get the second episode this week as the Bengals. Well, we'll get a second episode, but not a film review episode because the Bengals play the Ravens Thursday Night Football. You're 5-4. You've won 4 of the last 5 to be on the positive side. You lost to a quarterback that's playing tremendous. You should have won that game. You should have found a way to steal that game from the Texans at the end. The Ravens feel the exact same way right now. And these teams are going to be hungry and angry. And it's going to be Thursday Night Football. And I'm excited to see it. I'm not one of the doom and gloom guys, if you can tell. The tape sucked. But, like, it happens. I still believe Joe Burrow's going to have it. If you got how many more games left? 8 games left. Burrow's probably going to have 6 good games. You're going to have a chance to completely win 6 of those, maybe 7 if your defense has a really great day. The defense kind of stinks overall right now. It's not in a good situation with Hubbard and Hendrickson being out. T. Higgins being out doesn't help. Needs to be a 12-plus target day for Jamar Chase, and I'm sure he's sore. They got to do it. They got to figure it out. We need a good game plan. He can't just roll out there like he did last Sunday. Maybe they'll get hyped for prime time and the division opponent. Burrow struggled with that Mike McDonald defense. Now's the time to change that. This has been Bengals on the Brain. I'm your host, Joe Goodberry. The show is brought to you by First Star Logistics. Make sure you get into the next contest. It's going to be Thursday. And then I'll come on and we're going to do our post-game recaps the next time you're going to see me. There'll probably be a Friday, not a film review Friday, but it'll be this is how the game went. This is the outlook for the rest of the year with 7 games to go, because that'll be the 10th game for the Bengals. And we'll reevaluate and reset the table and look at what this team needs to do to either go on a run or win the division or claw back into it. Until next time.
Dave Lapham here, and every day I am grateful for my experience to have played professional football. As a player, I realized self-motivation, leadership, and appreciating your teammates are key. At First Star Logistics, you can use those same attributes to create the life you want for you and your family. Build your future by working hard like I did. You'll see results both on and off the field. Call First Star Logistics today and be part of our winning team.
Opportunity knocking.